Today is World Patient Safety Day. In Oxleas, we're using this as an opportunity to talk about the National Patient Safety Strategy. National Patient Safety Alerts are sent through to the Trust from the CAS alert system. So these are things like when you go to Tesco's and you have a product recall where they ask for baby food to be returned. CAS alerts come through to us as a trust so that we can disseminate the information to make sure that whatever is dangerous or unsafe is taken off of the wards and is made into a system which is working for us. So we get the CAS alerts through, which some people may not have seen. We get these through and we disseminate them to the CAS leads, who then filter it through to the different wards and teams, and then actions taken for that. So for example, recently we had a CAS alert about FFP3 masks, and the information was cascaded down through the teams to make sure that the masks we were using were safe and fit for purpose. CAS is the central alerting system, so that's a national system that is in all trusts around the country, where they tell all of us about the different alerts and problems that might have come up so that trusts can do something about it. Incident reports within the Trust have varying levels of quality, and we want to try and work with staff to make them better and easier for staff to complete. What we've been doing recently is trying to make sure that the actual Datex incident reports have boxes that are relevant to the questions that are being asked, so it's easier for staff to actually report on what they've seen. What we are doing is working with the learning and development team to do an online piece of training so that it gives people a much better view of Datex and how to complete it. We're also going to be doing these as face-to-face, probably via Teams, but we will also come out to different teams to see people if they want us to, so that we can work on the Datex training, and if there's any questions, people can always contact the patient safety team. Part of the National Patient Safety Strategy is to have patients involved as partners. So this will involve patients actually being employed as volunteers within the Trust so that they come to high-level meetings, are involved in policy making, involved in team meetings so that they can give their perspective and also make sure that we're involving things that are really relevant to patients. They will be coming into force in April 2022, so we'll be actively recruiting people very soon. Training for staff for patient safety is part of the National Patient Safety Strategy as well. There'll be different levels, so there'll be levels 1 to 5. Levels 1 to 2 will be for all staff, and these will probably be delivered via some form of e-learning, but we're in conversations with learning and development. Levels 3 to 5 are going to be for senior staff and for people who are very heavily involved in patient safety. So these will be coming out soon, and there will be a national scheme of work which will be put out to all members of staff. These training courses will be essential to roll, so all staff will be told which ones they need to attend and which ones they need to participate in. We're trying to make patient safety as accessible as possible for all staff. So we're going to be starting a patient safety webpage on the Ox, which will have examples of serious incidents that have occurred and basically walk staff all the way through the process from when the incident happened up until the point where the team were debriefed at the end. This isn't intended to be any kind of blame for teams. All it is literally for is to make sure that people can see how the process works and demystify it a little bit, because a lot of people are quite nervous of doing serious incidents. We're hoping that this will make people see that the process is not a bad one, and also to see that patient safety is here to make things better for us to learn from incidents rather than us being frightened of the process. The patient safety team is made up of 2 different arms. There's the patient safety side, which I lead on, and there's the serious incident side, which Caroline Mellier leads on. The SI part of the team deals with serious incidents, as the name suggests, which includes things like deaths, hangings, suicides. And that part of the team investigates fully, working with the team that the incident has happened to try and work out what we can do to not let this happen again. It's very much a process about people learning from the incident rather than it being a blame game. That's not what we're here to try and do. We try and lead teams through the process and find out what happened and what we can do to make it better. Patient safety is very much based on the practical things that happen before you get to a serious incident. So medical devices, falls, pressure ulcers, the things that happen to patients when they're on our wards or in our teams. We also have a very exciting opportunity which has occurred, which is the Medical Devices Safety Officer, which we're interviewing for this week. So hopefully we will have somebody in post who will be able to lead on medical devices and to be able to go out to teams and be much more forward-facing. Patient safety has been something that's been with us for a long time, but the work that we're doing will help staff to be able to feel more confident to explore the subject and also to make it less intimidating and frightening. It's really not a terrifying subject. we find that people are so scared to talk about it that when it does happen, it becomes a really, really big thing for them. And we want to make it so they can come and talk to the team, see what's going on, and we can help them through it. Also, it will make things better for patients. So that's what we are aiming to drive through all of this. And World Patient Safety Day is just a way for us to be able to spread the word on the wards and hopefully make everybody feel a bit more confident.